This episode of the ResortLoop.com podcast is brought to you by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Joffrey's is proud to be the official specialty coffee of Disney. Enjoy drinks and pastries at Joffrey's kiosks throughout the parks and check out the Disney Specialty Coffee Collection only at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is ResortLoop.com. It's episode 191, and I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
But wait, there's more.
There is?
There's not just us.
What?
I know. Well, isn't there anybody sitting next to you? Look to your left.
I thought I was in trouble.
Look to
I thought I did something wrong.
No. Who's next to you?
It's our sensors. We have sensors today. The network sensors are with us.
our filters.
No, I have next to me my lovely wife, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Who's sitting?
Hi.
Who's sitting by you, Tim?
I have my lovely wife, Dawn.
Hello.
Our cruise expert.
I don't know about that.
I consider her the cruise expert.
Me too. I consider her the expert.
I love to cruise.
Yeah.
I don't do it as much as I want to, but I do love it.
Oh, who does?
Exactly. Hey, before we get into the show, though, Tim, we got to remind all of Looper Nation, the big contest next week. We're going to draw on Tuesday.
Huge.
Out of all of the likes that we get on our Facebook page, we're going to draw for that 2 pounds of Joffrey's coffee and the highly coveted ResortLoop.com pin.
Oh, this is very exciting. We love giving the pins away.
Yeah. And when do they have to have that like in?
They have to be in by Sunday evening by midnight.
Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern Time. Disney World time.
That's right.
See, you can tell she's a teacher, very detail-oriented.
Exactly. We just throw things out there.
And really, anybody who has liked us in the past, don't worry, you're already in. You can't like us more than once. So
that's true.
Get in there and like us so that you can get on board, and that's going to also enroll you into the big grand prize that we will draw on March 24th, our 200th episode.
It's very exciting. What are we giving away?
We are giving away 2 pounds of Joffrey's coffee. 2 pounds of Joffrey's coffee, the highly coveted ResortLoop.com pin, a highly coveted, Resort Loop Looper mug, and the biggie, 2 one-day park hopper tickets to Walt Disney World.
Ooh. Let me see if I got this right. We're giving away another highly coveted pin.
Yeah, I know. Hard to believe. And of course, all of these are provided by our good pals over at Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company.
Yes,
our sponsors. So we thank them once again, and that drawing will happen on our 200th episode. Also, Tim, if I may, real quick.
Yes.
Reminding Looper Nation, you got to listen to Tuesday's show. Next Tuesday's show, that would be the 24th, and we'll give you instructions on the next week's giveaway.
Wait. Let me get this right. We're giving away something, and then we're starting another contest the same show?
Brother, we are doing this for 3 weeks.
We can't keep this pace up.
You need to get hydrated, eat a banana. I don't want you cramping up.
Too late.
Patty.
Can't believe this is what
This is why we don't join them very frequently.
They can't believe this is what we do.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. That's why we've got sensors on today.
Exactly.
Just to keep you in line, mister.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my gosh. I married you on purpose.
I know. Anyway. There wasn't even any alcohol there. You can't blame that.
Ladies, welcome aboard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resort Loop. And you know what, Tim? Let's start us off with the one that you guys have already done.
Oh, the cruise.
Where are you? What's going on? What are we doing now?
I wasn't sure we even announced what we were doing yet.
Yes, we said.
I'm keeping up.
Say that?
I need my Joffrey's coffee.
Please. Makes the house smell so good. I
love
that coffee.
Oh, hey, real quick, can I throw out there, Tim, too? Remember the conversation we had with the folks over at Joffrey's? And they told us you gotta, some of their coffees are limited time.
Yes, like those, especially the quarterlies.
Yeah, that Rwanda already gone. You can't even get
out.
that anymore.
Nope, that was a good one too.
That was really good.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's because our good pal Chris DeMezzo, he gets specific beans, and sometimes he can only get a limited quantity, but he sure gets the good stuff. So, jump on that as soon as you can.
That's right. He's out there buying those micro lots.
Absolutely.
How about that?
Yeah. I just put in another order for some 30th anniversary, so that we can get that 30% off discount.
That's right.
So anniversary is the promo code for that. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. The cruises and destinations for Disney Cruise Line 2015.
Very exciting. These are destinations everybody needs to go to, at least one or two of these.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So now
that I've caught up.
So Tim, let's start off with the cruise that you and your lovely family went on not too long ago.
It wasn't too long ago, but it was our very first Disney cruise, and we cruised the beautiful state of Alaska.
Oh, it was amazing.
By way of Vancouver.
I want to go again. I do. I just absolutely, that was just the most breathtaking cruise ever. I mean, and we've been on other cruises before we did Disney, and then we've been on Disney cruises since Alaska, but you cannot compare any scenery to Alaskan scenery. You just can't. No. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, you get to see the glacier, and
we saw several actually, which was really cool because there was glaciers that we could see from the ship, and then on one of our excursions, we saw one from land, Mendenhall Glacier from land.
Yes.
So it's just amazing. If you could only pick one cruise to ever go on in your life, it should be an Alaskan cruise.
I would agree.
Absolutely.
It's one cruise. You don't have to worry about any kind of motion issues.
Because you're right by the coast almost the whole time. You're rarely out in open water, so there's no motion, no seasickness. It was just amazing.
Okay. And those cruises are in the summer, which is nice, May through August.
Yes.
For the Disney cruise.
How cold does it get?
I think the earlier in the season you go, you probably run into the more cold weather.
More rain.
More rain. We went, I believe it was the second week in August. I believe our cruise left August 9th when we left. And the first day was a day at sea. And you're in and out, so you really didn't notice. You certainly are not swimming weather by any means. But the second day, we cruised the inside, is it called the Inside Passage?
I believe so, yeah.
Up to Seward. Not Seward. What was the name of the glacier? Sawyer Glacier. That was it. And, I didn't expect to be outside very much. So I thought it's just going to be too cold. But once you are on deck, it's cold. It's a little bit windy, although they did fit the Wonder with some plexiglass to kind of prevent some of the wind on the ninth deck. So we just found a nice table and chairs there. And you need to bundle up. We were in, winter coats, and the staff brings around blankets and hot chocolate, which is really nice.
Yes.
Oh,
and
that is nice.
it was, honestly, we couldn't leave. We sat outside the whole entire day.
Yep.
And it was probably, maybe in the upper 40s, low 50s.
Yeah, I was going to say upper 40s.
And with the wind, it made it feel a little chillier.
It was a little misty that day.
Yes.
But we were under the...
Yeah, we were under deck 10, so we were on deck 9, so it wasn't too awfully bad. There was a lot of people on deck 10. But, even with the plexiglass, the view was absolutely amazing. And, you just kind of bundle up and you're good to go.
Yeah, a lot of people would walk around the top decks, and the deck right below there to get a bunch of different views. Most of the time, we just decided to sit where we were at and let the views come to us. So that was very, very relaxing.
That's a good idea.
That's smart.
This is one, the Alaska cruise is one that I've always wanted to do. And before I talked to you guys about it, I had always thought it'd be something that Bob and I would do after the kids were grown. We would do it together as a couple. But after hearing what you guys had to say about it, I really want to do it with the kids very soon, because I think it would be just a nice cruise for a family, and educational, and you get to see some things that you just can't see anywhere else.
You're exactly right. There's some things that you just can't see anywhere else. And I'm so glad that we did it. We had just had a rough summer, and we weren't even sure we were actually going to make the cruise, but we were able to, and I'm so glad that we did. They have a naturalist on board, and the entire time that we were outside, he talks. It's also on the TV in your stateroom. So if you are lucky enough to have a balcony room, which we did not, we had a ocean view at that time. But I think if we did go back to Alaska, I would absolutely do balcony for sure. But, it talks about all the interesting things that you are seeing. We were able to see a bald eagle. It was just amazing. So I would, definitely do Alaska again.
Yeah. And the water was so clear you could see the bottom of the iceberg. So it was really very cool.
Wow.
It was beautiful.
There's more to it. It's just not just sitting there floating.
I think what they say is like 2/3 of the iceberg is actually under the water.
Yeah, most of it's underwater.
Most of it's underwater. And, once in a while, we did get to see one iceberg that, did they call it capsize? I'm not sure exactly what they call
calving?
it. No. When it just, like the bottom half became lighter than the top half, and so it flips itself over. Oh, yeah. We did get to see that. That was pretty cool. We could see from a distance from Sawyer Glacier a couple times the iceberg, the glacier. I'm off today.
She doesn't drink the Joffrey's coffee.
The glacier calved, and that's where like parts of it just break off and just fall into the water, which is, it makes it like, it sounds like gunfire almost when that happens. It's very, very loud. And even though we were quite a distance from it, we could hear it. So we also got to see harbor seals. A lot of them had just had their pups because it was the season to have them. And so they were quite a ways up. They stay pretty far away from the ships, but if you use binoculars, you could see their little pups on the icebergs. It was really great to see. So we could see that.
Cute.
But that was our coldest day. And even then, like I said, you could run in, get warmed up if you needed to go inside. We actually even went and got our lunch and brought it outside because we just didn't want to miss anything. You just can't. But I think next time we would definitely do a balcony so you can really be in and out, and then definitely hear the naturalist on board, through the TV, and maybe have I don't want to say a better experience than what we had because I can't even imagine a better experience, but I think it would be maybe a different experience.
Yeah.
But, and if you can go to Alaska, and because the balcony cabins are quite expensive, don't let that deter you from going. If you can only afford an inside cabin or a cabin with an ocean view. We had the ocean view cabin, and I would not. I'm so glad we went, even though that's what we could afford at the time.
I love the ocean view. Once we got used to it, it was fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, and one tip, if you think you want to go with your family, go before your kids turn, was it 18?
Yes.
You want to go while they can still hit the teen club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because once they get past 18, they're kind of in that awkward in-between area.
Yeah. We're going to experience that this summer.
Yeah, where there's some things for them to do that are organized, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not like before. But anyway, we'll get to that later. But our kids both dearly, dearly loved the kids club. Mackenzie was still in the Oceaneers lab at that time, and Stephen was in Vibe at that time. So it was, and both of them made just fantastic friends. Yeah. So just
moving to a place where you will never, hopefully, see an iceberg. Let's shoot down to the Caribbean.
Ooh.
Because the Caribbean cruises are one of the more popular ones, those and the Bahaman cruises. Mm-hmm. And of course, the Caribbean, you can cruise all year long, depending on the port you leave out of. Port Canaveral, you cruise. They have cruises all the time. They also go out of Galveston, Texas, and Miami. So, and you guys did a Caribbean cruise as well, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We were on the Fantasy.
Yes.
So we did
7 days.
Yeah, we did the Western itinerary, which is Grand Cayman, Cozumel, and Costa Maya.
Yes.
And then 2 days at sea, which is very, very nice.
And Castaway Cay was in there.
Oh, Castaway Cay, yes.
Oh, that's worth the price of admission.
Although
right
that's
there.
the big Alaskan joke is what day's Castaway Cay.
I love Castaway Cay.
Yes, me too. And I'm not a beach person by any means, and I did not get enough of Castaway Cay. It was wonderful.
Patty,
Me either. I loved it.
Was it better than what you expected?
Oh, my goodness. Yes. And you know what? I had some pretty high expectations because I'm not a water park person at all, but I do love the water park at Disney. The tropical themed one. What is it? You guys know?
Oh, Typhoon Lagoon.
Not Stormalong Bay.
Typhoon Lagoon.
Typhoon Lagoon.
That's a good one, though.
Right. And so the first time we went to Typhoon Lagoon, which Castaway Cay is nowhere near, too totally different things. But I was so impressed. I thought it was great. And then Castaway Cay, I was really pleasantly surprised. I mean, it was just very tropical, very clean, crystal clear water, beautiful beach. You really felt like you were secluded on your own little island. It wasn't crowded. It was just a really nice, relaxing, fun day.
You know, our ship, I think, sailed almost entirely full when we went in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
And even with an entirely full ship, you never felt packed at Castaway Cay. There's just so much space there. So
right, yeah.
And I'll make the point in that we had on the first sea day, we had met up with another couple from Illinois. And we met up with them and we were playing trivia and just having a good time. We really connected and hit it off with them, and ran into them a couple times. Actually was just by coincidence on a shore excursion with them, and we're out floating in the ocean. It's so nice and beautiful. Boom, ran right into them. Didn't even plan it. And the fun part about it is our daughter had already made friends in Edge with their daughter. So it was a really fun time.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. We're still friends on Facebook, and we keep talking about, they were supposed to come out one Christmas and then it didn't happen, because Mackenzie decided to do a show and then she wasn't having her sleepover party. But, that's a whole nother story too, but we're still in the makings of getting together. So you can just meet some awesome people on cruises.
Absolutely, yeah. And the nice thing about the Caribbean cruises is they have 4-night cruises, 5-night cruises, 6, 7-night cruises, and they just go to so many different places. They go to Key West, they go to Martinique, St. Lucia, Cozumel, Mexico, St. Kitts, Colombia, Barbados, Martinique, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Key West, I said, Puerto Rico, St. Martin, Grenada, Antigua, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the British Virgin Islands. So depending on which cruise you pick, you're going to go to some awesome places.
Yeah, they have their Eastern, their Western, and Southern?
Southern,
yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then, Bahamas, that's their shorter, either 3-night or 4-night cruises.
Right. And that's the one that we wanted to do when we went. We just wanted to test the waters, if you will, of cruising. So, and Tim said it's not going to be long enough. And he was right. It wasn't long enough.
Right.
We left out of Port Canaveral, hit Nassau, and then Castaway Cay, and back to Port Canaveral, and man, it went fast.
It did go fast, but it was a nice test. It was nice to see if we'd like to do it again. And I said, when we got back, that I definitely want to do it again, and I do want to have some ports of call.
Right.
And do more of a sightseeing vacation.
Right. And Emily said that was her favorite vacation of all time.
Right.
The cruise.
Yeah. I would say our kids would probably say the same thing, that their cruises would be their favorite vacations of all times.
Yeah. Stephen initially said that with the Alaskan cruise. And then I think last year, or the year we went on the Fantasy, he had a really great time there as well.
Yeah. So. Now, I will say this. What was really nice about the way we did it is we went to Disney first. We went to Walt Disney World first, then went over to the cruise, which was really nice because it did kind of expand the vacation a little bit because you did, a couple of different things, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like the idea of having the relaxing part of the vacation after hitting the parks hard.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I know some people prefer it the other way, but.
Yeah.
I just enjoy the relaxing part.
Yeah.
Oh. Another thing about those little short cruises too, if you're planning on doing a longer cruise, at least I feel this way, that I feel acclimated now. That 4-day cruise was just enough I kind of know how ships are. They all can't be that much different as far as how they're laid out. And, you spend that first day just sort of getting acclimated to everything, to cruising, how it works, the, itinerary that gets passed out and the way the, meals go. Well, if you walk in already knowing that, then that opens you up to, you hit the ground running the next time because you have all that other stuff down pat. So, to get all that, worked out in a short little inexpensive cruise is probably a good idea.
Yeah. Just learning the ship.
Right.
was a challenge for us. So,
And you know, you never know. We have been, with the exception of one cruise, we have all been very, very blessed to not have any seasickness issues.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're not sure if you're going to be prone to motion sickness, or those short cruises can be really, really beneficial, because if you think about it, if you're really sick and you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is a week-long cruise, I am doomed.
right.
You know, you do it.
Right.
Although there is medication for that if you're really, really stuck. But it is nice to just give it a little try and see if you like it.
Right, right.
But you're right.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah, but the downside is when you get back, you're like, man, that was not enough. I want more. We're doing a 4-night this summer with some friends of ours who have a special needs son, and they've never cruised before, and they think he'll be fine. He's just a fantastic young man, just a really go with the flow kind of kid. I think he's going to do fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But they weren't really sure, and so they said, well, let's just do a 3-night. And I said, knowing us, I said, we're going to need at least a 4-night, because we're going to need that one day at sea.
That's right. We negotiated.
I said, you'll be happy that you have that one day at sea. So we did. We negotiated a 4-night with them. So we're really looking forward to that. And they live a couple hours from us, but we're really, really looking forward to seeing them.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's well, you know, you can even do a shorter cruise, believe it or not.
Yes.
We got to travel all the way across the country to San Diego, California.
Oh, what we got over there?
They've got actually a 2-night weekend getaway cruise, which I think is kind of cool.
That is cool.
Is it the 2-night to nowhere cruise, or do they have a port of call?
Nope, it's 2 nights to nowhere. It's just a leisure day at sea. Is much what you get. You get a 2-night departing from the port of San Diego with leisurely days at sea. So two nights at sea. So
nice.
That would be kind of nice if that's all you're looking for. If you really need to test the waters and you're from the western side of the United States, that's not a bad idea.
No.
They do 2-night, 3-night, 4-night, and 5-night. Now the 4-night leaves from Vancouver and goes down to San Diego. So that would be kind of interesting. I kind of like the idea of the 5-night San Diego to Vancouver because you stop in San Francisco.
Oh,
that
yes.
would be very nice.
That would be awesome.
I bet they have some awesome short excursions stopping in San Francisco.
Oh,
That would
yeah.
be amazing.
But they stop at the Walt Disney Family Museum. I bet it has to be one.
Probably.
I would think so. Yeah, I would hope so.
I would think so.
Yeah. So that I'm just a little. I got to be honest. I'm a little leery of starting in one port and ended up in another one, because then you got to deal with different flights getting in and out of places.
You know, I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. I think, airfare used to be connected with, it had to be a round trip ticket to get the best deal. And I don't necessarily think that that's what they do anymore. You know, because you can almost get a one-way fare, half the price of what would a round trip ticket be. And so I think flying from multiple destinations anymore, I don't think is a big thing. I think the airlines gouge you in so many other ways that they probably cut you a break on that one now. So
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Maybe we're driving out west this year. Maybe we'll try that 2-night San Diego cruise.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's a great idea.
I heard him,
Patty. We got to delete this part of that. edit that out. I don't want any evidence that I ever said that. No record. But here's the thing, though. Now, as we get into these other cruises, you really got to be taking a look at dates, because your dates are going to be all over the place with some of these cruises. So I know the ones out in California sometimes are only offered 2 months out of the year because they don't have enough ships yet. Now, have we heard yet, Tim? Are they building another ship?
No, they're not building one yet. There'll be I heard it might be a while till they build them. Possibly build another one, because the shipyards are just already booked with other cruise lines building ships.
Right.
Royal Caribbean's turning them out like Pez.
Yeah.
Yes,
it is getting very crowded. The cruise market is getting.
Yeah, the one thing, I don't think it'll drive down the price of the Disney cruise, though.
No, probably. But it's now that you've done the Disney cruise and you compare them to other cruise lines, yes, they are more expensive, but I really truly believe that the price is worth it. And here's a case in point. We decided, after we did the very first Royal Caribbean cruise with my family, it was a 5-night. It was wonderful, a nice family-oriented cruise. Fantastic. I just itched. I'm like, I need to cruise again. We need to cruise again. And so we did one of Royal Caribbean's 3-night cruises.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. It was a drunken fest is
you can
what
say,
it was.
You can say booze cruise.
It was a booze cruise. It was awful. People, came to dinner, they couldn't even stand upright, and there was really no motion to the ship at that moment. It was horrible. And there was my young children, because the kids were very little then.
Yeah, they were little.
And, they're watching these people behave like morons.
They were loud in the hall.
Oh, it was awful. I would never, ever, ever do a short cruise like that on a cruise line other than Disney. Because although Disney does offer alcohol, it is a family-friendly ship, and it's very family-oriented. And honestly, I'm sure there have been people who've been drunk on that cruise, but none that have stuck out and we've noticed.
Right, yeah, never.
And so I think if you're going to do a 3-night or a 4-night cruise, it has to, if for family, it has to be Disney.
Yeah, if you really want to relax.
If you really want to relax and you want your kids to have a good time and not witness anything inappropriate, I would go Disney.
We didn't run into any of that.
No.
Nothing like that.
No.
And one of the other things that we should probably point out is if you're thinking about a Disney cruise and you like to gamble, no casinos on the Disney cruise ships.
No,
that doesn't bother me.
No, we're not big gamblers, so that didn't.
No.
Although,
no, me neither.
My mom enjoys the casino on ships, so
she likes the slots.
She likes her slots. Yes, she does. And I enjoyed it when I did it with my mom, but I think it was just because I was with my mom, doing something, and she was trying to teach me how to play. I've got no skills.
Yeah.
Pulled the handle and hope for the best is pretty much what I did.
Well, Tim, let's we probably should skip over this because this is the one that our wives are going to want us to take them to.
Oh, which one's that, Bob?
Any one of the European and Mediterranean cruises.
Oh, you got that.
You know what? I would love to do a cruise in Europe.
I would too.
Because I want to see all these different places in Europe, but I really don't know where to go. So I'd like to maybe get like a taste of this and a taste of that, and then plan another trip after that.
Absolutely.
The other thing to the side of that is when you travel Europe, there are so many amazing places to go and so many amazing cities to visit. When you do it from a cruise ship, you don't have to keep packing and unpacking your suitcase because you get to sleep in the same bed every single night.
It's true.
And I think I would really, really like that.
You have to haul your luggage around.
Right.
That's a great point.
That's a good selling point right there.
Definitely. Yeah. And then if you want to do a longer trip at another time where you decide you're going to pack and unpack all the time.
You're right.
But I think definitely maybe first time to Europe, cruise ship's the way to go.
And really, we need to touch on this is the excursions that Disney provides or they recommend. These are excursions they've checked out. These are legitimate excursions that meet Disney standards if they're not authorized or run by Disney themselves. So you've got that kind of guarantee and takes kind of the stress out of going to see these things.
Here's something that we did learn on our, I think it was on our Magic cruise, that while Disney does check out their excursions and things, the tour operators of these asked us to please give positive feedback to Disney if we enjoyed the excursion, because that's the only way Disney rehires that company for future excursions. And so they do go a lot by customer feedback. Did you enjoy it? Was it a good excursion? Was it a good value for your money? And I liked that we'd heard that from a couple different people that, Disney does listen to their clientele to see, did they enjoy it? Is it worth, having? And I think I've read on a couple different message boards that I see that some people may have been unhappy with the tour here or there. And Disney's dropped it from their itinerary that it's not a shore excursion that is offered anymore because it wasn't quality. And that's very, very important to me that the shore excursions that they offer, I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. Because
Disney shore excursions are mostly fantastic, but very expensive.
Extremely.
Yes.
Compared to doing it on your own.
And a lot of times you can do it on your own. And some people choose to do that. Tim and I have always thought, I don't want the hassle of having to plan it myself. I just let Disney do it. They slap a nice little colored character sticker on your shirt and say, follow the paddle that has your character color on it, and here you go.
Don,
that sounds easy. I can do that.
It's fantastic.
And one of Don's favorite things to look at on the internet, what happens if you're late coming back on a non-Disney shore excursion?
Oh, yeah, YouTube that.
You're living there.
You're stuck there, and the transportation to get you to your next port of call or to get you back home, that's on you. So you better have your credit card on you. Yeah, and then you have the hassle of, did you take your passport with you, or is your passport still on the ship? Because you do not have to take your passport with you when you get off the ship at most destinations. They don't require you to take your passport because you've been cleared by customs before the ship has, and the ship knows who is on their ship. And so you don't have to take your passport with you when you go anywhere. And so if you're stuck in a foreign country without your passport and you are watching your ship sail away, you are in big trouble. But it's hilarious. Yeah. You need to look on YouTube and watch these people running for their ship. It's hilarious. And if the ship does happen to wait for you, you have to put up with all the people on their balcony booing you and harassing you as you are late and making them late leaving that port of call. And it costs money. You know, the ships pay to the ship's dock, pay to dock there. And so if you're late, they're paying extra fees. And that, can drive up the cost of the cruise as well.
That's a level of anxiety I don't want to worry about.
No, me either.
Right.
Not at all.
Okay, I got to ask the ladies, what are we doing here? Are we going to do the Northern European cruise?
Yes.
Which is going to give you...
I knew which itinerary that was. Yes.
Or the Mediterranean cruise.
Northern.
Probably. I think I like the Mediterranean.
Oh, there you go. We're not going together then, guys.
Well, that's all right. Then we can both report back. I think I would like the... I had a friend who last summer did Northern Europe, did Norway and the fjords, and she said, we thought Alaska was amazing and beautiful. She said it's nothing like Norway. She goes, Norway was even more beautiful, if I can believe that. So I would definitely, I'm going Norway.
No, if that's where she's going, I'm following her. What's Patty doing?
She wants to do European. She wants to see the Rome and Greece and what else do we get to see here? Barcelona, Spain. We love Italian food, so that ain't gonna hurt.
Emily wanted to go to the Mediterranean.
Yeah,
we were talking about it the other day.
So a little Monte Carlo. That'd be all right.
Oh yeah.
Naples, Italy, all that stuff. So those would be those. I think those would fall under the bucket list. Once in a lifetime cruises.
We need to get Stephen through college so that we can do some of this stuff. I look at what we're paid in tuition. I'm like, boy, is that a lot of nice vacations.
That's a ton.
But
as soon as that happens, you got your daughter going. So
we're so lucky. We have a year between our kids going to school. So he's got to get out in 4 years though, and then we get a year break, and then Mackenzie will go. But the thing if it is, and I don't know. When parents stop, I would assume maybe not until he's married. I don't know. We enjoy our children so much. And I look at, if we decide to go on a European vacation, it's going to be longer than a week. And he has a summer job that he needs to do. And I don't know how flexible an employer would be with summer employment. We're hoping he's going to be with us this summer. But we don't yet know because he doesn't know what his summer job will be yet this summer. But once he gets through college, then... maybe he'll have that summer, and we can. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we should save for that. Do a European cruise.
I think we need to
celebrate his graduation from college.
At least save for it.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
Yeah,
that's nice of you guys. You heard them invite us, right?
Yes, I did.
Right.
You're always welcome. That's an open invitation.
Absolutely.
We love. You know what? We love traveling just the four of us. We enjoy very much traveling with my family. We've done that. We've traveled with Tim's family. It's been fun. And we've traveled with friends. And
we met Bob down there a couple times.
Yeah, we did. Accidentally once.
Hey, whatever.
That was kind of, is that coming out of the Polynesian? We accidentally.
Couple times.
Yeah, we just accidentally ran into you guys. That was hilarious.
That was funny. Didn't expect that at all. But then again, we're going for some Joffrey's coffee. So
there you go.
Wherever there's a Joffrey's kiosk, that's probably where one of us will be.
That's right. It was destiny.
All right. Well, let's move all the way just about on the other side of the planet. And let's do what I would consider my ultimate Disney cruise. And this only happens once, 1 month out of the year. And that is the 10-night Hawaiian cruise.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
You're hitting all the islands. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Sign me up for that one, too.
I'll go there,
Too.
I think Hawaii would be absolutely amazing.
Now, we've never been to Hawaii. You guys have.
Oh,
what are we missing?
It is truly paradise. We spent all of about 13 seconds on Oahu, running from one gate to the other.
Gate to another, yeah.
But we spent 10 days on the Big Island, and it's amazing because it's a tropical paradise on one side of the island, and it's a
lava rock.
It's lava. It's like being on the moon on the other side.
It is. I have never seen more beautiful landscapes, tropical landscapes, and more barren landscapes, and places where you feel like you are the only person on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it South Point?
South Point, right. Yeah. The tree, there was a tree that was actually growing sideways because the wind just is never ending.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
The tree grew and it grew sideways. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But, you get to see both extremes in Hawaii because when we were there in November, they actually had snow up on Mauna Kea, the volcano. And then you drive down and you're swimming in the ocean in a bathing suit because it's 80 degrees.
Wow.
So pretty cool. It was very neat to be there and see that. And I'd love to be able to hit all of the individual islands, like Dawn said, without having to unpack. Don't start the process over again every time we want to go to another island.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that 10-night Hawaiian trip would be pretty nice.
Oh, for sure.
Pretty nice. So let's mark that one down.
All right, we'll save it for that one also.
But when do they do that? Is that May when they do the Hawaiian cruises?
I want to say it's September. Let me take a quick
I think
look.
I know it's not during the summer because I'm a teacher and we can't ever do Hawaii until I retire because my superintendent expects me to be in school. Can you believe it?
What?
Right.
I'll have a talk with him.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is in September.
Yeah. So, and same with like the Panama Canal cruise.
Oh, I want to do that one too.
I know.
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay. Let's not jump the gun.
Go on that yet.
Sorry. I was just bemoaning the cruises that I'm limited to.
So excited. Everybody's so excited. Here's one that I think might be kind of fun, and that is the Western Mexico cruise. Of course, you can take the Western Caribbean, which hits some of Mexico on the Atlantic side, but the Pacific side, they have a 3-night and 5-night Baja cruise that leaves out of San Diego. And goes down to Ensenada, the one does, and the other one goes down to Cabo San Lucas. So I think that would be kind of neat. It looks beautiful. I've always wanted to see the Baja Peninsula anyway, so I think that would be very very exciting. And you can do the zip lining through the rainforest and all that fun stuff. So
yeah, that's like the original Love Boat itinerary.
You know what? Hey,
right?
Hey,
Puerto Vallarta,
Cabo San Lucas.
It's too bad we don't have our good pal Scott Sable here. He knows how to sing it. He could sing the entire song.
I'll have to have him on. Just for that.
I think I probably could, but I'll spare the listeners. Yeah, nobody needs to really
so that now let's take Dawn's cruise that she wants to do, the 14-night.
I know. Wouldn't that be amazing?
That's the one that when they're transporting ships from one coast to the other. And that again only happens at one time, right?
I think so. It's like, once in the spring and once in the fall.
Yeah, when they transition over to the Alaskan itinerary.
Right, and then they bring the Wonder back.
Yeah. That's in May. They do that in May. Yeah. And but that would be something else.
And that's the Wonder. That's the only ship they have that'll fit through the canal right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the Magic, though?
They did some kind of retrofitting on the engines that now they won't fit.
So
they have to wait until they doing whatever expansion project they're working on before they can send any other ships over there. So
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That would be kind of cool because you hit all of the really cool places anyway. You leave out of Miami and hit Cozumel. Mm-hmm. And what's the other one you hit? Cartagena?
Cartagena.
That's what I said.
How do you order food when you go out to a Mexican restaurant?
I don't. I point at the picture.
Number 12.
Oh, yeah, Cartagena in Colombia. Yeah.
Give me the taco.
There you go.
And then, I mean, how many people can say they've gone through the Panama Canal?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be very, very cool. And then they do it coming back through going the other way from San Diego back. That actually then goes to Galveston, I see. And that's in October. Yeah. So that, I don't know.
How would we feel if we were on a cruise for 14 days and we got home?
Relaxed.
Oh, my gosh. It'd be amazing. We'd have to hire somebody to make our dinners at that point.
Definitely.
As we're sitting around the table waiting for the waiters to show up. Yeah, that would be good. The servers to come and ask us what appetizer we want that night.
There you go.
My drink's not waiting for me at the table. I don't understand.
What's going on
here?
Where's that comment card?
I don't think your wife wants you filling out a comment card. You might be in some trouble there.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so let's wrap it up with the last cruise itinerary that Disney has for 2015, and that's going to be transatlantic cruises.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how I feel about those.
Oh, and I'm just going to say this. Mm-hmm. I see Leonardo DiCaprio on that thing. I'm not going on it. I'm just saying.
Your daughter wouldn't be getting off.
My daughter would still be on. I'd have to get on.
Yeah.
Right. She'd be standing on the.
I don't know how the seas would be, that far out in the ocean.
I love sea days, but.
Oh, I do. I love the sea days.
In the open.
I don't know. Like, I was the one that had a little issue with the motion sickness in the Atlantic when the Magic was doing the
Canadian cruises
the Canadian cruises
out
of New York City. So I would be probably very, very nervous in the Atlantic.
I've heard they're relatively reasonable, though, because of that.
Yeah. Well, it's a moot point for us because it happens during the school year.
That's true, too.
Right. But let me ask you this question. Are you going to do the westbound? There's an 11-night and a 14-night westbound cruise. One leaves out of Barcelona, the other one from the Mediterranean. Would you want to do a westbound cruise where you have one-way tickets into Barcelona or wherever it is in the Mediterranean? Or do you want to leave from the United States and go the other way on the eastbound cruise?
I think I would want to come from Europe on the cruise because if I was already in Europe, I probably had a very nice vacation and now I needed 14 days to relax going home.
You mean a fortnight?
A fortnight.
A fortnight, yes. A fortnight going home. So maybe help some with the jet lag going back.
That's true.
I heard Western going is always a little bit harder than going east.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It hit us hard coming back home from Alaska. And that was going eastbound.
We weren't right for 3 days.
No, we weren't. That was really bad. And I didn't even know what was wrong. I'm thinking, man, I don't feel right. I didn't think jet lag was like that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Until you experience it.
Patty, which one would you like to do?
I think I would like to sail to Europe and then fly home.
That's going to be longer than a fortnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think the anticipation of getting there, the excitement.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah, your excitement would build.
That's all going to depend on what the spring. If the money tree comes back to life.
That tree needs some fertilizer. A lot of it.
That tree's dead.
That's ours, and then when it does grow any money on it, I think the Stevens College sucks it right out.
Oh yeah, they know when it's coming, I think.
Yeah, the college president is out there just picking leaves. What are you doing? You owe us this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always when the bill comes in. You're just looking at it going, man, if that was only my paycheck. Oh. I never seen anything with so many commas in it.
Crazy.
That's why we're going west this year. We got to look at colleges, so we'll see how that goes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, let's round this out. Let's ask the ladies first, Tim. out of all of the cruises, Alaska, Caribbean, Bahamas, California, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico, Panama, and transatlantic, if you could only do one, which one are you going to do, Dawn?
If money and my job were no object.
Well, Tim's taking you, so money's no.
I think I would definitely do Panama Canal. I think that would just be an experience that you can't replicate anyplace else.
There you go. Patty, which one do you want?
I would do Europe.
Europe?
Europe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The Mediterranean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I know.
You're married to me.
We're just pretending right now.
No, yeah, okay, I got you.
Money's no object.
Oh, this
time
is like
no
Monopoly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I on Boardwalk. Tim, where are you going to go?
Part of me wants to say Alaska because I enjoyed that so much. Mm-hmm. But since it's 4 degrees out here at home.
Yeah.
Is it 4 degrees? I mean, is it that warm?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to agree with Dawn since I'll hopefully be going with her on the Panama Canal cruise. I want to experience 14 days on a luxury cruise liner.
You can come with me.
Yay! All right.
Go.
Well, we got to go. We're going to go book a trip.
All right, you have fun with that. I am not going to go with Patty. We're taking separate vacations this year, apparently.
Wow.
I've got to do Hawaii. I just it's so beautiful over there, and with that, obviously, I get to stop in at Alani.
Oh, yeah.
Check that.
There's a method to your madness.
I'm always thinking.
Hawaii was my second choice, but we've been there. We've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I picked Europe. Because
nothing special happened there or anything. So why go back?
I'm thinking what. Oh, we were married.
All right, Tim.
Yes.
That is all I've got.
Oh, this has been a great show. I love having the wives on, and I love talking cruising.
Oh, anytime.
It's a great combination. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter. I'm ResortLoop Tim. At the Facebook page, I'm Tim ResortLoop Scott. Hey, Bob, where are you finding you over Facebook?
He finally caught me.
Yeah.
I am now Bob Resort Loop Caller on Facebook. And,
Zuckerberg found you.
He did. You'd think he's spending all that money refurbing his house. He could, not bother with me. But anyway. And don't forget, everybody, go to our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Resort Loop, and like us over there. Not our personal Facebook pages, but the Resort Loop Facebook page. Like us on that. We'll be announcing the winner of the 2 pounds of Joffrey's coffee and the highly coveted ResortLoop.com pin on Tuesday.
Awesome.
So there you go, Tim.
Excellent. Ladies, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
You're welcome.
us.
Excellent. This has been the Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody. We're ready when you guys are.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready? Patty's ready? Bob, are you ready?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Give me a minute. Sorry.